The construction of traffic road infrastructure in our country, in addition to enabling faster economic growth and development of society, ensures faster and more efficient movement of people and goods, reduces business costs and encourages investments to a significant extent. The traffic map of Serbia, with the construction and opening of new kilometers of highways and expressways, is getting a new face every day. Public Enterprise Roads of Serbia, as a construction investor, completed and put into traffic the complete section of the highway from Preljina to Požega, with a length of 30.9 kilometers. The first 11.4 kilometers of the section from Preljina to Pakovraće were open to traffic in January 2022, while the remaining 19.5 kilometers were open to traffic in July 2025. The section Preljina-Požega is connected to the already built highway Miloš Veliki from Surčin to Preljina. The project was financed by the government of the Republic of Serbia, represented by the Ministry of Construction, Transport and Infrastructure, and the contractor was China Communications Construction Company with domestic subcontractors. The contracted value of the works is 450 million euros. The construction of the Miloš Veliki Highway, State Road of First A Category No. 2, which is part of the Belgrade South Adriatic Highway on the International Road E763, has geographic, strategic, security and transit importance for Serbia and the entire region. On the section from Preljina to Pakovraće, 21 bridge structures with a total length of 3,750 meters were built. Of that number, 9 are bridges, 3 viaducts, 1 underpass and 1 culvert. There are 4 overpasses with a total length of 405 meters across the highway, and within the Pakovraće interchange, there are 2 overpasses and 2 bridges with a total length of 426 meters. The 280-meter-long Trbušani tunnel was built in an open excavation on the highway route. It has 2 separate tunnel tubes, each for 1 traffic direction. By putting this section into traffic in January 2022, Belgrade was connected to Čačak by a full-profile highway with a length of 131.6 kilometers. The remaining 19.5 kilometers from the Pakovraće interchange near Čačak to the Prilipac interchange near Požega were put into traffic in July 2025. At the beginning of this most difficult and demanding section for construction, which passes through very difficult geographical terrain, there is an uneven Pakovraće intersection of the trumpet type. It is located on the plateau on the right bank of the West Morava River, next to the state road of First B Category No. 23, Preljina-Čačak-Požega-Užice. After the Pakovraće intersection, which represents the western connection of the city of Čačak with the newly built highway, the route crosses the First B Category State Road No. 23 and climbs the slopes of the Ovčar Mountain towards the Laz Tunnel. The section from the Pakovraće interchange to the entrance portal of the Laz Tunnel is 3 kilometers long. On this section, 6 bridges were built as well as 2 massive support structures in which more than 38,000 meters cube of concrete and over 5,000 tons of rebar were installed. The total length of the bridge structures on this section is 1,585 meters. Immediately before the Laz Tunnel, the highway lanes are separated, which eliminated the influence of the excavation of one tunnel pipe on the other. A height difference of 220 meters was overcome on this part of the route. Before entering the last tunnel, the lane for slow vehicles ends, while the longitudinal slope of the tunnel itself meets the requirements for two-lane tunnels. At the end of this section is the entrance portal of the last tunnel, currently the longest road tunnel of the highway network of Serbia. The entrance portal through the Jelica mountain is located in the town of Pakovraće. The tunnel has two separate tunnel tubes. The length of the left tunnel tube is 2,845 meters and the right one is 2,670 meters. The roadway width of both tunnel tubes is 7.7 meters, with two service lanes 1.22 meters wide. The total usable width of the tunnel opening is 10.28 meters. The height above the roadway is 4.75 meters and 2.25 meters above service lanes. The constructive nature of the planned tunnel constructions was such that the new Austrian tunneling method was applied. The entrance and exit parts of the tunnel tubes, in the total length for both tubes 224.66 meters, were carried out in an open excavation. In order to comply with safety measures, two transverse passages for vehicles were built in the tunnel. Niches for sheltering damaged vehicles, one in each tunnel tube, opposite the transverse passage for vehicles. 4 transverse passages for the evacuation of passengers to the adjacent tube, evacuation routes in the tunnel tubes, service lanes and sidewalks, as well as SOS and hydrant niches at a distance of less than 150 meters. Ventilation in the last tunnel is longitudinal, and in both tubes is provided by 30 jet fans arranged in 15 groups of 2 fans each. Four substations are installed in the tunnel, 2 outside at the entrance and exit portal and 2 inside the tunnel, which are connected by a 10 kV power cable with a total length of 6,612 meters. The tunnel substations at the entrance and exit portals are powered by 2 newly built substations in Pakovraće and Krstac, which are connected to the tunnel substations by a 10 kV power cable with a total length of 11,696 meters. The exit portal of the last tunnel is located in the village of Vrtari. Due to the configuration of the terrain and the small overburden, the left pipe was extended by 140 meters from the portal slope according to the tunnel construction technology in open excavation. Between the exit portal of the last tunnel and the entrance portal of the Munjino Brdo tunnel, section 4 was built, which is 7.3 kilometers long and which, in addition to the tunnel, represents one of the most demanding subsections. After the last tunnel, the highway route descends towards the valley of the Bjelica River, passing through the slopes of the Jelica and Ovčar mountains, piercing through the hillsides of villages Markovica and Negrišovi with deep cuts. In this section, the deepest cut was made, with a depth of excavation of up to 25 meters. On the 500-meter length of the route, the total excavation is about 650,000 meters cube. On the part of the route after the deep cut near the village of Markovica, the left and right lane of the highway were built independently of each other. The route of the highway enters the narrow basin of the Markovački potok, and at a length of 2,300 meters, the lanes are separated and built on the left and right banks of the stream. This was done in order to reduce the volume of groundworks and objects securing the highway route. On this stretch, extensive works on the regulation of watercourses were carried out. the most significant of which is the regulation of the Markovački stream, which intersects with the highway at 4 locations, and whose total length of regulation is 1,639 meters. Due to the specific terrain, 12 bridges, 4 overpasses and 13 supporting structures were built on that stretch. The two largest bridges on Section 4 are the M15 bridge, 262 meters long, with over 10,000 meters cube of concrete and more than 1,300 tons of reinforcement. And the M28 bridge, 375 meters long, with over 15,000 meters cube of concrete and more than 2,000 tons of reinforcement. The slopes K17, K19 and K21 on the left side of the highway were also secured. "675 piles with a total length of more than 6,700 meters were driven on these slopes. Due to the narrow space and the configuration of the terrain, the real challenge for hard-working builders was the transportation of prefabricated supports that are up to 35 meters long and weigh over 60 tons. After passing the second deep cut in the area of village Negrišori, the highway route passes through the narrow valley of the Kukića stream and next to the company Milan Blagojević Namenska in Lučani. It crosses the valley of the Bijelica River, where it enters by a curve of 800 meters in radius. In this valley, a grade-separated intersection Lučani of the trumpet type was built, which represents the connection of the highway with the state road of second A category number 181, Lučani-Guča Kauna, that is the connection of Lučani with the highway. Immediately after the grade-separated intersection Lučani, the highway crosses the state road and the Bijelica River with a long viaduct and reaches the entrance portal of the Munjino Brdo tunnel, which has two separate tunnel tubes. The length of the left tunnel tube is 2,746 meters, while the right tube is 2,727 meters long. The roadway width of both tunnel tubes is 7.7 meters, with two service lanes 1.2 meters wide. The height of the tunnel above the road is 4.75 meters. The design method of carrying out works on this tunnel is conventional and is based on a flexible primary substructure consisting of shotcrete, rock anchors and steel belts. The secondary lining of the tunnel is made of cast concrete. The parts that were carried out in a wide excavation are the entrance-exit zones, with a length of 10 to 23 meters. Safety measures in the tunnel include one cross passage for vehicles, niches for sheltering broken-down vehicles, designed at a longitudinal distance of 1,000 meters, total of 4 niches, cross passages for the evacuation of passengers into the adjacent tube, which are designed at a longitudinal distance of 220 to 280 meters, evacuation routes in the tunnel tubes, service lanes and sidewalks, SOS and hydrant niches at a distance of less than 150 meters. Ventilation in the Munjino Brdo tunnel is longitudinal, and in both tubes is provided by 22 jet fans, which are arranged in 11 groups of 2 fans each. In the Munjino Brdo tunnel, 4 substations have been installed, 2 outside at the entrance and exit portals and 2 inside the tunnel, which are connected by a 10 kV power cable with a total length of 6,400 meters. The tunnel substations at the entrance and exit portals are powered by two newly built substations in the towns of Krstac and Milićevo Selo, which are connected to the tunnel substations by a 10 kV power cable with a total length of 7,038 meters. In the Laz and Munjino Brdo tunnels, 1,500,000 meters cube of material was excavated. 130,000 meters cube of concrete was installed in the primary linings, and 200,000 meters cube of concrete was placed in the secondary linings with invert and foundations. 35,600 tons of reinforcement were used. 36,000 meters cube of crushed stone aggregate and 51,000 tons of asphalt were installed. The Laz and Munjino Brdo tunnels have a tunnel operations center, from which 24-hour traffic monitoring and management is carried out in the entire section. As speed is the main cause of critical events in tunnels, it is important to emphasize that the speed of vehicles through tunnels, which is limited to 80 km per hour, is being recorded. After exiting the Munjino Brdo tunnel, the highway route descends towards the village of Prilipac and enters the valley of Moravica River until the Prilipac interchange, which is a connection between two highways, E763 continuation to Boljare and the border with Montenegro, and E761 Požega-Kotroman. Until the realization of the highway E761 Požega-Kotroman, the interchange serves as a connection between the highway E763 and the state road of 1st B category number 21, Požega-Arilje. This grade separated interchange is of the pier type, and in this phase only two junction ramps were built. The outflow ramp from the direction of Belgrade and the inflow ramp towards Belgrade. The total length of the Prilipac interchange is 1,850 meters. From the exit portal of the Munjino Brdo tunnel to the connection with the road to Požega, 5 bridge structures with a total length of 450 meters were built, which is a quarter of this subdivision. Two engineering structures, K22 and K23, were built on this section, and a 17-meter deep cut was made. After the Prilipac interchange, a branch of the future highway to Kotroman was built, with a length of about 640 meters, as well as the exit ramp for Požega, that is the connection to state road of 1st B category number 21, Kosjerić-Požega-Arilje-Ivanjica. The connection of the highway with this state road was achieved by a roundabout. The branch of the future highway to Boljari and the border crossing to Montenegro was built at the Prilipac interchange. At the end of the highway section from Čačak to Požega, the Prilipac toll station with 6 traffic lanes was built. For the construction of the open route of the E763 highway in the Pakovraće-Požega section, 147,000 meters cube of concrete and 19,600 tons of reinforcement were installed. 1,466,500 meters cube of excess material was excavated. 1,820,700 meters cube of material, 193,900 meters cube of crushed stone aggregate, and 154,700 tons of asphalt were installed in the embankment. The Miloš Veliki Highway is an important road that is crucial for connecting Western Serbia with Belgrade. To a large extent, it shortens, facilitates and speeds up the journey to Užice, Zlatibor and all of Western Serbia, but also the Montenegro coast. What is even more important is that the opening of this section of the highway has increased the safety of all road users. From Belgrade to Užice it now takes an hour and 45 minutes, while from Čačak to Požega, from the former 45 minutes to an hour, it now takes less than 20 minutes. The opening to traffic of the section of the Miloš Veliki highway from Čačak to Požega brings a new impetus to the development of tourism and economy in Moravički and Zlatibor districts. Citizens now have faster and easier access to tourist centers such as Zlatibor, Tara, Zlatar, Drina and Uvac, while investors will have a stable and reliable infrastructure for business development.